everyone, it's Tanya Gabrielle, Wealth Astronumerologist. Welcome to the full moon in Sagittarius on June 9th, one of the really happy moments of 2017 because Jupiter rules this full moon and Jupiter goes direct, moves direct after months and months of being retrograde, the very same day, June 9th. This is really, really exciting. So let me give you the full lowdown. First of all, it happens at 2:09 p.m. in London, Universal Time, 9:09 a.m. Eastern New York, and 6:09 a.m. Pacific Time, LA. So full moons are a culmination. It's when the moon shines its light on all the results that you've achieved in the past month between full moons. So everything is seen, right? And so on this full moon, the amazing synchronicity is that Jupiter, the actual planet that rules the Sagittarius full moon and has been in its retrograde period since early January, stations and turns around and starts moving direct again. Now, when a planet changes direction, either moving into retrograde or moving out of retrograde into direct, like Jupiter is doing, it has the greatest influence on us because it's literally at a standstill. So it's emitting its greatest energy. And so the fact that Jupiter is literally at the moment of rebirth, moving into a new birthing moment, while the full moon that is ruled by Jupiter is happening on the very same day, the 9th of June, is a beautiful message for us. The heavens are sending us a message. Here we have the gorgeous wisdom and love and gratitude of Jupiter merging with the number 9 for June 9th. And 9 is the king of numbers. So talk about the biggest planet with the magnanimous attitude towards everyone, and then the highest single digit number 9, which is the king of numbers. It actually looks like a big head, so it holds all the wisdom of the previous numbers 1 through 8 in that big head. It's supposed to be a head of wisdom, not ego, and that's exactly what Jupiter represents, wisdom. It's so wonderful because this inspired leadership of the number 9, this very romantic, loving, heart-centered number, is connecting with the gratitude and openness and embrace of Jupiter. So you can see why this is such an amazing moment where the numbers and the stars come together and are celebrating everyone and everything and saying, go for it, find your joy, find your bliss, right? Find your bliss. This is so important right now. And it's even more reinforced by the sun and moon being at 18 degrees each, opposite each other. The sun in Gemini, the moon in Sagittarius, 18 degrees, 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. So the number 9 is also doubled up, just like the Jupiter Sagittarius influence is doubled up. So the unconditional love and gratitude and joy aspect of this is even more grounded and taken to heart in a responsible way because the moon is conjunct Saturn. Now Saturn rules the career sector in our charts. So the moon is our heart, our emotion, and then Saturn is the great teacher, the time, the chronos of life. And chronos means it's time to work, it's time to get up, it's discipline, right? So Saturn forms this wonderful grand trine right now with Uranus, which I talk about all the time in my articles and videos. And this wonderful grand trine with the North Node and Uranus is activated by the moon, okay? Because the moon is exactly conjunct Saturn. And of course, the sun is opposite Saturn. So this really means that the joy that we are meant to wake up to and claim for ourselves can only get activated when we break free from old teachings, outdated paradigms, where we artificially felt secure by either a system like the government or a religious set of rules, and we find those within ourselves now because we're engaging now with this grand trine being activated for most of the year here with a new multidimensional reality. A reality not of just the five senses, not just of the mind and heart, but of our sixth sense, our intuitive sense, our multisensory experience, all senses at once, triggering our divine connection with Source, with God, with the Creator. So really, it's continuing the storyline that started in May, and it also continues the storyline of romance and love, because Mars is sextile Venus during this full moon. So talk about a romantic connection. Really, you're connecting through affection. This is really exciting. It's sexual, it's sensual. It brings confidence through Mars. It brings love and beauty through Venus. So it's a great time to connect with your partner. And if you don't have a partner, to connect internally with that sensuality and beauty, right? That courage. Because we're not defined by our partnerships, we're defined by what we feel inside. And that defines what we attract. So the word defined even is very Saturnian. Saturnian discipline creates your definitions of life. So you are the one who is creating the rules that affect what gets attracted to you, right? The give and take of life, the ebb and flow of life is actually created by you. Nobody else, no system can create that for you. You can lock into a system, but it's your choice to believe it or not. And so this grand trine and Sagittarius and Jupiter setting you free, saying you can grow, you can expand as much as you want. You don't have to believe in any limitations or judgments, right? Those things that we've sort of held on to for false security for so long, those are out the window now. So it is a time of change, because the false security we've had for so many centuries is no longer valid, but we're being given the support to claim our joy, to claim our connection, our true connection to the divine, which does not separate us from anyone, right? The divine embraces everything and everyone. It doesn't have preferences or favorites. It is truly unconditional love, like the number 9 of June 9th. So here's another transit that's helping us to break free. It's the sun and moon opposite each other for this full moon, both forming a square to Saturn. And this forms a big triangle in the heavens, 2 90-degree angles in an opposition. So Neptune is in Pisces, the sign that it rules. It will be, has been for years, will be for many more years. Now, what's important here is that Neptune in Pisces does always activate your inner spiritual teacher, mysticism, our cosmic connection, anything that's mystical, psychic, unseen. With this square, what's going to happen is that you will know, or you will feel, when there is no integrity, when you're with someone or in a situation where there's some kind of dishonesty that is exposed, or some kind of secrecy that might come out into the open. The good thing is that Jupiter and Sagittarius encourage being open. They won't hold you back. So you really can go for it. You can claim the truth. You can claim your gut feelings on these situations that may feel incongruent to you, or out of sync, or a little strange. You can actually say, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be open to listening. Jupiter saying, come on, be open. Open up your heart. Listen. So, and the other thing is, Jupiter is in Libra right now. Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, is in Libra and just is turning direct today. So it's encouraging you to talk and connect about your relationships, which Libra rules. Libra rules your intimate partnerships and bringing those into balance. So if any conversations are coming up around now, you want to really pay attention to that. Now, June is a 16 universal month in numerology, and 16 rules your incredible connection of bringing heaven to earth, your intuitive insights coming as lightning strikes, and sometimes in very sudden ways. So be aware that you may experience out of the blue surprises all month long with this number 16, and especially around this full moon, because the number 7 representing 16 reduces to 7, 1 plus 6 is 7. The number 7 representing spirituality is the same influence as Neptune, which is forming that grand square. I mean that T-square with the sun and moon. So basically that means try not to cover things up. Don't pretend something is happening when it's not. If you feel like you're believing in an illusion, let go of it. Really see through it, address it, and engage with your true spiritual nature, your true inner voice, what's really there, right? When you do that and live in total integrity and listen and breathe and listen and breathe and seek the truth at all times, and don't beat around the bush either, right? When you find it, like don't discover the truth and then ignore it, right? Saturn will make sure you don't do that, right? When you do that, you can really, really have tremendous progress right now. The ability to move forward in a enlightened way, in a way that brings you complete peace of mind, which is really the biggest blessing we can have as human beings, is peace, inner peace, no matter what is happening around us. You will really tremendously benefit by being very honest with yourself and being very open and generous with others, right? Now, finally, the sun and moon are also forming a harmonious trine and sextile to Jupiter. The planet of the moment, Jupiter, is forming a most gorgeous, positive aspect to both the sun and moon. And that makes the impact of this Jupiterian influence even more magnetic, even more strong. So embracing everyone, embracing every situation, accepting the situation is the acceptance of abundance. As strange as that may seem, no matter what the situation or person represent to you, when you accept the truth and accept the moment, you actually are at the same time accepting abundance, which Jupiter represents. So the acceptance of abundance in your life will, of course, attract more of it to you. So the key pieces are wisdom, integrity, gratitude, honesty, not living in an illusion, being responsible, and allowing your heart to sing, to feel the beauty that's inside of you. You are filled with so much joy and beauty. You want to go on this journey now and discover it and keep rediscovering it, and claim it and use it and create with it. Like I said, it's a gorgeous full moon. Have a wonderful experience around this full moon. Celebrate it. Sit down and write. Do a meditation. Celebrate with friends. Take advantage of the energy. It's really going to propel you forward in a beautiful, beautiful way. Lots of love for me. I can't wait to see you for the new moon coming up later this month. Have a beautiful full moon.